How you guys doing today? This is Jason with Tuna Tech, and I'm back again with another video. Trying to do this quick. You can kind of see a box right here. So we know Samsung released the Flip 3, the Fold 3. You know, we have Google Pixel on the horizon with their new Tensor chip. We got the iPhone 13 just around the corner. But there's one phone that's been kind of overlooked, and it's had some reviews. Some people have said some things about it that weren't very promising, and then there were some things people said that were very promising. And that interesting device isn't made by Google, Apple, Samsung, Sony. It's actually made by Asus. Now, before you say, oh, the Flip or the Asus Zenfone, no, this is the Qualcomm, and they get this name right. This is the Qualcomm Snapdragon smartphone for insiders. Now, according to the website, you had to be an insider to be able to get this phone, but from what I can find out, you could just go to Asus's website to order it. The problem with that is it is very, very expensive at around what I think $14.99. So it's $1,499, and you're probably thinking, what do you get with that? Well, a lot, and maybe not. So let's tear this box open. Before we do, let's get the trusty knife out. There's like a little gap here, so I'm going to try to be careful. Maybe we can just kind of tear this thing right open like that. So as you can see, this Snapdragon logo here around the front, big. And before we get into the box, you can see it says Snapdragon, and on the back you've got your typical smartphone stuff. You say ZD Blue, 5G dual SIM, 888, 16G, 6.78 inch Full HD display, the camera specs, the memory size, and now it comes with a headset and a bumper. So by just looking at those things, you could probably kind of guess what this comes with. Let's see if I can figure out how to open the box. Oh, and it slides, so we'll move some of this stuff out of the way and we'll get right to it. So, as you can see here, you deserve extra. You deserve the extra speed, power, and premium experiences that come from Snapdragon mobile platforms. Basically, I'm not going to read all this, you can see it on the screen right now, but this phone is supposed to showcase all of Qualcomm's strengths as a chip provider. Now, there's a couple reasons why they're doing this. One, everyone and their mom is making phones nowadays. The other thing is like we said before, Apple has controlled the hardware and software of their platforms with their own chips. Now, Google has moved into that, making Tensor chips. Now, Samsung's making Exynos chips. Huawei, Kirin, MediaTek, all these companies are crowding the manufacturing of chips. So Qualcomm's trying to stand out by producing a phone that showcases some of their strengths. So as you can see, that's just a little letter here. Take this out of the way, and right off the bat you can see we got the smartphone right here. Take that out. Looks like these holes were made for something, but I don't see anything in there. But we'll pull this phone out, and then you can see the Snapdragon 888 5G logo. We got the phone. I'm going to tear it open right now, and that's the front. Got a blue and red accent power button, your volume rockers, and you got a red accent around the camera bump. You got a logo right here that lights up, that's the Snapdragon logo, and a fingerprint scanner on the back, which supposedly uses some of their technology for ultrasonic fingerprint sensing. Now, this phone is developed in cooperation with Asus and Qualcomm, so this does resemble the ROG or the ROG Phone 5 in some respects. A lot of the internals are the same, but either way, put this off to the side. Also in the box, some ejection tool, and here's your bumper case. Now this bumper case is not a typical case. As in the name, it's a bumper that just goes around the outside of the phone. So there's no back, front. So they want you to be able to see their logo, but also protect the sides. So nice inclusion. This says earbud case. So as you can say, probably this is the case for the earbuds. I'm going to guess the earbuds are not in here. Oh, and they are. So in the unboxings I have seen, these two earbuds were actually inside of here. People had trouble getting them out, so maybe Asus decided to move them into the case inside here. And it says here, how sound should sound. Snapdragon sound. And from what I understand, these are basically master and dynamic earbuds using Snapdragon sound, which we don't have a whole lot of information on because a lot of phones have utilized this, but it's supposed to increase the quality of the sound. And unlike most phones, even close to this price range, the Fold, this one actually includes a braided cable, a cable for probably your earbuds, and a charger, which this is a, not really, 65-watt charger. So you come with chargers and cables and everything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to power this bad boy on. I'll move this stuff out of the way a little bit. We'll just see if it powers on here. So you see it powering on. I don't see any lights here, but we'll set this here. So some of the things that they talked about with this phone, which I thought was kind of interesting. So it says here, it's a first of its kind curated collection of Snapdragon experiences. So, and like I said before, this is supposed to kind of walk us through some of the products and specialties they sell that are involved with this chip. So this is their first premium phone per their press release. It uses the Snapdragon 888, which they go into talking about how it's got 6th gen Qualcomm AI engine, 5G connectivity with Wi-Fi 6, powerful graphics so you can play video games, premium sound technology, and Qualcomm's 3D Sonic sensor Gen 2, which will unlock even with wet fingers. We all know most phones nowadays are 5G and Wi-Fi 6 for the most part. This does have Bluetooth 5.2 with their Qualcomm sound. It says it's got the Qualcomm Spectra 580 image signal processor, which I believe most Snapdragon 888 phones have this. This is one of the letdowns from the reviews I've seen so far. The camera wasn't up to snuff, but according to most people that I've talked to and have read before getting this device from Qualcomm, was that they are issuing a day one update that's going to fix a lot of these issues. And a lot of the reviewers who initially got it were upset because they said, well, why would you release a phone that's not ready yet? But I'm not going to be so short with it yet because I just turned it on, and we'll figure out what it's got going for it. Hey, it says how sound should sound. It's got high resolution detail utilizing these earbuds designed to fully synchronize audio, and it says pair, share and access supported voice assistant. So it's got voice assistant technology with these as well. Just trying to see if there's anything out of the ordinary that you would need to know. Doesn't really say much more than that. So with all that being said, some of the specs, like we said in the box, it's got 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage. It's got a Snapdragon 888. It's got a triple camera setup, and I was trying to find the specifics on that so you guys could kind of see that. It's on the back, and I'm going to try to find those for you right now.